It's a little intro video for my Facebook page, just to give people an idea of what I'm working on and what's this all about. Um, I work as a typesetter, graphic designer. I teach Sunday school on Sundays for young adults, and so I had this idea for a comic book. It'd be a Christian-based comic, and the beginnings of the idea started as what if this young lady, her name's Angela, and she's this lady right here. Angela is um, sort of destitute and homeless and on the streets, living out of a camper. And she has these tragic things happen, and it sort of awakens this gift in her that she can see sin. It has shape and form, and she can see it as these little black snakes that attack people. And so I thought it would be really interesting to play with that idea of what it would be like if we could actually see the sin that we cause, or see the sin that others are partaking in. And that it would be a physical predator that almost sort of attacks us, devours our soul. It's the whole thought from this book, The Oath, that I was looking through one time. And the beginning of the book, it talked about how sin is the only predator on the planet that we don't normally and naturally fight back. If a bear attacks a person, usually as a community we go out and hunt that bear so that it doesn't hurt people again. And but with sin, we just become comfortably numb in it and let it devour our character, let it devour our soul. And so I thought I'd play with those ideas and kind of run with that with the storyline. And then the story started to build, and I'm still constructing the story. Probably prematurely put this Facebook page up before I had anything to really show. I do want to get some pages up so that people can kind of see where I'm going with this. But the gist of that idea, I started to add to this whole backbone of these Bible studies that I've done. And basically what I wanted to do was, with my characters, their everyday life, what they're dealing with, their situations, what they experience and what they go through, they would it would mirror what Jesus went through. And it would show basically throughout the story, here's the present day and what these fictitious characters are dealing with, and then here's a reflection of Jesus. And this is what he did back in the day, and this is how he handled it correctly. And to kind of give two sides to that, how we sometimes deal with things, how Jesus would have dealt with it. And so the backbone of the plot is going to be based on these studies, and it's going to focus on basically the promise of Jesus, how he was promised to us before he even came, the birth. So then we're going to go through a study on the birth of Jesus and how it reflects with our characters. And then it'll go into teachings and power like no other, the death like no other, a resurrection like no other, and ascended like no other. So it'll go through the whole life of Jesus and reflect these characters and what they're dealing with in everyday life. So that was kind of the gist behind this, and I kind of wanted to post a video so that people kind of, this Facebook page is kind of bare right now. It doesn't have a lot of content. It doesn't have a lot of, it's a Christian comic book coming, but what is it? It's going to take me a while to put it all together, but I just wanted to give a video to give kind of the idea of what I'm building with these characters and how they're all unique and different from each other. And I just wanted to, put together something that a lot of times in the Christian community, whether it's movies, music, books, comic books, whatever the media and entertainment side of the Christian culture, a lot of times it'll either feel dated, like it's 10 years behind the times, or maybe it just comes across as kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say anything negative, but a lot of times it just doesn't hold up to how entertaining Hollywood can be, and we all know what that entails. And a lot of times it's big budgets. It's wooing us with explosions and soundtracks, and then they fill the movie with things that messages and images that we don't really need in our lives. And so I just want to create something wholesome and put something out there for people to read that has content and character and plot that's interesting. I want it to be kind of modernized so that it hold our interest like Hollywood would, but in a way that glorifies Jesus, and yet it's relevant for today's society, and kids can pick it up and identify with it. These are problems we're dealing with. This is what we're going through, so that it's not kind of hokey and cheesy. I've researched some Christian comics online, and some of the really bad ones that, I mean, it'll portray Jesus with a cape on and a big JC on his chest, and he's flying through the city, fist fighting demons. And I just want to do something that glorifies God, and I want to do it in a way that will hold the reader's attention and make it interesting for them so they can see who Jesus really was. And that's the whole intention of behind this. And thanks for checking out my video. And hopefully I'll have some pages, some content, some other notes and ideas, sketches I'll be posting in the future here soon. And hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by my page.